My camera needs to be moved just a little bit. Let me get my camera. Excuse me, got the hiccups a little bit there. Camera is just a little off here. I want to move it. There we go. Tilt. No? Don't tilt. There it goes. Holy crap. There. Alright. Okay, there's the edge of the mic right there. It's showing up a little bit in them. That's okay. Barely noticeable. Okay. So hello everybody and welcome to another episode here. I'm Jim the Hippie Redneck Geek and we are starting season 4 in Vindictus. It's going to be episode 1 of season 4. This still up there. What the heck? My mouse go. There it is. Alright. Let's see here. We got audio. We got my mic is working. We got Vindictus audio. Yep, just there in the background a little bit. Alright. Hopefully it's loud enough everybody can hear it. How's everybody doing here on this wild Wednesday? Alright, let's see here. Alright. We got season 4 started. We get to talk to everybody at Russia's castle. So let's begin the briefing. Please open your documents and map detailing our strategy. Go on, Brachus. Yes, sir. Remember, it's a briefing. Keep it brief. Not to worry, sir. I'll begin with our plans to clean up heretics within the Pontiff's court. Our primary enemies in this war are the evil goddess Maka and her followers, all of whom are presumably within the court. We're still confirming this next part, of course, but according to Lillian's information, the royal castle has been under the court's influence in the past, meaning there's a chance they'll side with them again. We are on the side of caution. We'll consider the heretics within royal castle and the capital our secondary enemies. We, the Rochester Alliance, must move with all due haste and skill to do away with these foes. To that end, briefly please. Yes, sir. I'll get right to the point. The Rochester army will largely be split into 3 main bodies: the main force, the left wing, and the right wing. I'll start with the main force. This force consists of the Royal Army and Crimson Blades. Will be led by High Commander Riordan and Apostles Claire's support. Its goal will be working closely with other lords and military organizations, fighting large-scale battles as they come. The operation shall be undertaken along with the Royal King's Road. Next, the left wing, which will be led by me. It will be moving along the water via the Ignat River, situated west of the King's Road, transporting supplies and provisions. And last, we have the right wing. As it moves along the east of the King's Road, will be performing high-risk operations, reconnaissance, rear-side ambushes. In short, it will serve as our commando unit and will be operating with only a select few among us. I can't think of anything better suited to lead this unit. Think of anyone better suited to lead this unit than Lilith. The samurais. It's just what he said further. The main force will march north, join other lords, and fight as our leading body. Lilith's right wing will flank and disrupt the enemy's movement. Brachus' left wing will guard the rear while provisioning all bodies. Is there a planned course of action for the lords joining? As it stands, Hassan's force will join our main force at Vestapass, and Armin forces will soon follow behind them. Banash's force will be behind the main forces path along the King's Road with the intent of catching up. Have you any word on enemy movements? They've been up in the air since the declaration. You can understand my unease, surely. That I can. Regrettably, I know no more than you. We did send spies to the Pontiff's court and royal castle upon the declaration, but we were quick to lose contact with most. Our enemies are Maka and her minions, who will have the Pontiff's Court and Royal Castle in their clutches. They have the upper hand. Should this go poorly, it would be but a simple task for them to brand us heretics and rebels. Thus our plans must be cunning, and our cause remain just if we're to topple their reign. It would benefit us to learn what they're plotting in advance so we can avoid falling ill into their traps. Or where our positions ideal, we could, but I don't know if we can delay our plans any further. It's as they say, I've heard it in war, haste can be folly, but I've never seen delay that was wise. We cannot count on a perfect strategy. The further we push the war start, the larger the scale it will be. Here we go. Even if we were to come out the victor, it would not be without untold sacrifices. That and the greater war is still yet to come. Please remember that we're here planning in haste because we have little choice in the matter. I side with the High Commander. We are out of time. High Commander, a message from the Lord of Alhassan has arrived. What is it? Please give it to me. Oh, what does it say? On my eye here. It says that they've detected massive military movements near Taratha. Near Taratha? Indeed. He writes that based on their banner and formation, it looks as though the Royal Guard is on the move. Alright. Royal Guards is divine armor. Doesn't that strike you as odd? The Royal Guard is comprised of elites sworn to protect the castle. For them to take on an active role and strike first would mean it's as good as confirmed which side the Royal Castle is on. Enemy marches south on foot along the King's Road. There aren't many footholds for defense along the way. If Hudson's forced to push back, it may even place Rochester in danger. Now we have less time to waste. I'll put a rush on the departure of the main forces. To rush a large group of soldiers into battle is foolish. This job is better left for the right-wing commando unit. Millions can strike first while our forces follow up. That's not an option here. This will be the Rochester Alliance's first battle. If its commander isn't battling at the front, the people may question its certitude and morale will fall. All that is true. The Alliance is poised to carry influence even after the court's defeat. Unity must remain sound. I have something to ask you, Lilith. I will march north with the main forces first. I need to remain in the castle and only follow after wrapping up all the remaining business. Will you do that? I will. Wonderful. Then let me see here. High Commander Riordan. Go without saying that you are the leader of this alliance. Should you fall, the alliance will fall with you. I understand you cannot avoid being in battle, but do what you must to ensure your safety. Gosh. I wish I could figure out what's going on here, which seems to be in my eyes. Oh, I know what it is. It's not in my eyes. It's the rain on my glasses. I'm thinking making everything blurry, and my eyes are straining. Hey. Hold on a second here. I gotta take and clean my glasses so I can see. Hopefully that will help anyway. Okay. Oh yes, I can see better. Then I can avoid, but do what you must to ensure your safety. I understand. I will take care. Apostle Claire, Merrick, I ask that you watch over the High Commander. I will protect him with my life. You can count on me. Then we made our decision. Bracchus, yes sir. Inform the knights and mercenaries to prepare for immediate departure with the utmost urgency. I have a message sent to the Lord of Vanasich requesting for a prompt departure as well. We'll be making our way to Vesta Pass near Assen. Now let us make haste. Okay, and there we go. Bracchus, have all the troops who were outside returned? We blew the long horn for them to mobilize. We also direct the officers to have everyone gathered before the castle. Alright, thank you. What's going on, Riordan? Hello, Nell. Are you going somewhere again? The war has become dire quickly, so we need word to depart earlier than planned. Again? You're leaving me again? When? It hasn't even been long since you returned. You not love me anymore? Of course I love you. You bring my life meaning. Those are empty words. Even when you're home, you're running around giving excuses, always claiming to be busy. You're the High Commander. Can't you have the fighting to your subordinate? Leave the fighting to your subordinates? Or are your people so incompetent? Lady Nell, I can assure you that every soldier under his command is worthy of their position. Then why must he do all the work each and every time? Because while war is not a single individual's fight, each of us has our role to play in this polarizing political field. The action of one needs to thread into the actions of the whole. For one cannot become victorious fighting alone. Big Linnet, a valiant, strong warrior, strong enough to defeat 10,000 men on their own. But even if they could fight 10,000, it would just be on a single field. Not even they could be on all fronts at once. Were we to rely only on that strength alone, we would win that one battle. Yes, but we would be doomed to lose the war. We could easily lose Rochas, my lady. Were your home to fall, that would mean the fall of the alliance. The role of the unifier, the higher commander who sees all, is absolutely vital to ensuring we stay alive. I'm completely convinced that his role is always necessary. Then I'll speak until you're convinced the High Commander's role is always necessary. Everyone's fate rests with him. Even yours. It is a tragedy to be wed to a man of his position, but it is a sacrifice on your part that is an honorable one. Nell, I will return alive, and upon return, let us go see how the flowers bloom and the world's full of peace. Very well, then you must take this. And a knitted scarf for your knit this yourself? Ah, that must be for the yarn I gifted you for. It is. Bird, no matter how far away you are, I want you to think of me, even if it's only while you wear a scarf. Thank you. Know that my heart will always be with you. Raucous, sir. Skip the departure ceremony. Sir, what do you mean? I would prefer to give the soldiers time to bid farewell to their loved ones. You can count on me. Longhorn's cry resounds. It's time to rally. We don't waste no time leading the soldiers, now content with their farewells. Northern trek along the King's Road. There's no ceremony, no fervor to their departure. The new era, it appears, is fated to dawn with little fanfare. Only the main forces leave. The left and right wings stay behind in Rochas to await the Banesh forces' arrival. Okay. All right. Talk to everyone at Rochas Castle. Still. Oh, welcome. Your time is short. We just received a letter addressed to you. Oh, who does the sender's name on it? Afraid not. The only thing in the envelope is Lillian's name as the recipient. That's peculiar. It isn't as though Lilith is a public figure in this way. Wouldn't it make more sense to address to the leader of the Russian Alliance, someone like the High Commander? Or perhaps the Apostle Claire? Tell someone you're at the Rochas Castle, Lilith? Answer that no one knows other than Crimson Blades and a select few outside of that. Who delivered the letter? It was the beggar. He was quarreling with the guard over it, but since it was addressed to Lilith, I brought it with me. So it was passed through unusual channels rather than directly. Lilith, if you don't mind, I'd like to inspect the letter for myself first to see if it's laced with any magical traps. You agree and hand the envelope to Bren, who then closes his eyes in concentration. Since no magic, you may open it now. And hands the envelope back to you. Upon opening it with some care, you find a short letter within. Dear Lillian, I trust you are well. Today has been clear weather, not a hint of mist to be seen. I thought to let you know you were on my mind as I watched the woodman you sent work. Seeing it now reminds me of you. Always nice to know you're missed. Yes, in any case, I look forward to the next meeting. Okay. That's it. Right about a woodman. Though it has your name, so it certainly isn't a mistake. Lynn, did you give a gift of woodman to anyone? I didn't. Can't imagine it's for someone who happens to have the same name as you. Someone playing a practical joke? But then that's equally doubtful. An idea comes to mind as you review the letter's content. Misty, Woodman. This is an old trick you used to send secret messages when we were kids. If we write anything here, it should appear soon. What is it? Did you think of something? Bring the letter to a candle nearby. Wait, what are you? There's a new writing along the margins. I see. It's a clever trick using acid. I wasn't expecting something like that. Well, what does it say? I hope it's you who reads this, Lilith. This is Keen. I suppose this nonsensical letter might have confused you at first. That I do apologize. I am near Taratha, you see, where they've implemented enhanced security measures. Nearly all routes are blocked. I can't even be certain this letter will reach you, so in the event it doesn't, I had to disguise its true contents. I heard that Russius has raised the sword against the pontiff's court. I would think that utter nonsense under any circumstance, except where you're concerned with it. You're about the only one I could think of with the brawn and brashness to fight them. If I'm right, then you are currently stationed in and assisting Russius. Who's that? I see you met with him while you were experiencing dual fates through Nuada's power. He visited the laboratory once with Shanna? He did? Certainly not that I recall. With me? Oh, you know, I think I met him a couple times. You and he visited me while I was staying at the inn, right, Lilith? And I met him at the Russia's Cathedral as well. I'm still lost in the laboratory part, though. I've never been to Bryn's laboratory before. Wait, now I'm starting to remember, Lilith. A man accompanied by a robed woman visited while looking for the Royal Army. Saying that one was Sienna? I don't remember anything like that at all. Was it really her, Lilith? She seemed pretty certain that it wasn't. It is amnesia. I have amnesia? American High Commander recovered their memories after visiting Astera, though I still don't know why. Magic. Is it a spell that works differently from the oblivion caused by Aaron? Then? If it is, then its power must be substantial. Just when did such a thing happen? Can't say, but let's ponder it at a later time. We'd best finish reading this Keen's letter first. There is so much to catch up on, and yet so little time. Please act on what I write swiftly. As this reaches you, Tarantha's armed forces are mobilizing. I have reason to believe that they plan to use a diversionary tactic to gain the upper hand. One large force moves by ground, as one would expect. Another 4,000 or so move by water. The commander of these water forces goes by Cesar, and he is known for strength even within his divine armor. I was quite wary of him during my time in the Royal Guard, and I grow more wary still with their actions. Never have seen the entirety of his divine armor move with such vigor. I cannot tell you what drives them. Of course, I don't expect even Cesar to stack up against you, Lily. But should you focus only on the ground, your fall to a surprise attack from the water will be inevitable. Pray this letter finds you before the enemy does. I will write again. Letter ends. Can he be trusted? Yes. Then we haven't the time to tarry. Letter stated at the bottom is this: if this is when they left, then the water forces will soon arrive at Russius. We will need to establish proper line of defense by the water side now. Only says by water, but Russius is a large city sided by a river. We can't be sure exactly where they will attack. We don't have many troops left in the castle either. It won't do us any good to spread them along the water. Are the Banash still so far from their arrival? I think it would be best to assume they won't make it here in time. Last, even with forewarning, the enemies managed to catch us off guard. They must have counted on the High Commander being the first to march. Just an example. Could you show me the map around Russius? What is this fort here? The one on this side. Ah, that would be Fort Cesar. Long abandoned fort built even before Russius was established. No one here even knows where it got its name. There's a chance it could still be of use. Given that the terrain nearby makes it easy to land, it also makes sense for the enemy to come in through there. All that means it is likely they'll use the fort as a base upon landing. No guarantee they'll limit their attack to the castle gate once they begin their assault. Well, it's not as though we plan to twiddle our thumbs at the gate while awaiting them either. Our numbers are few, even were we to stay inside the castle and defend along this gate. Our fence will crumble once the battlefield expands with their many. Alanthe could best them while best them were they to infiltrate, but the castle would see much damage. Russius is our base. We can't afford anything that would weaken it. What do you say? We must strike the enemy's head first. Mirror, once the battle begins, our immediate goal will be to face their commander. Putting the commando unit to work right away, are we? We'll cut them right to the quick while doing the least amount of damage. The perfect role for the right wing to play. Since the first battle, we must be diligent in our cooperative efforts. Are all of you all right with this? The answer had better be yes, because we don't have any other choice but to be all right with this. Wow. We don't know exactly when they'll arrive, so let's get right to work. Finally, are we going to go to battle finally? 20 minutes. It's all been moving to dungeon. Let's see if we can do this. Yes. Yeah, move right straight to the dungeon. Nope. Nope. Ah, it started already. Enemy has launched a fierce attack, and not just through conventional arms. They're using cannons as well. Do we still know nothing about Cesar's physical appearance? A soldier on the watchtower reported that there was a knight riding a carriage in Fort Cesar. Hey. Moves by water, but still insists on having a carriage. What a pompous ass he must be. We believe it would be easy to identify with the insignia on his banner and station. Take care. I can't be certain because this information was scouted from afar. But they say Cesar is equipped with a one-armed cannon. And just what is a one-armed cannon? Some kind of portable artillery? Precise as it sounds. You may think of it as an improved upon cestus that is focused on bombardment. But I heard that its development was discontinued due to the difficulty used in comparison to all kinds of costs that go into building such a single unit. Perhaps those at the capital were able to figure things out since it emerged back on the surface. Maybe they brought back gunpowder technology from the east. Or it could be the human was figured out instead of the weapon. I don't understand. If development was indeed dropped because it couldn't be adjusted to the wielder, then the answer would be to create a human who could. You see? The data on the augmentation experience in the dungeon laboratory suggests it isn't impossible. I suppose identifying the commander among others will be a simple task. Go mirror the statement. Let the war begin. Monster info. Okay. Again, let's go. Learn sorry, Aaron's new king. Moving to town. Well, so much for that dungeon. Battle of Rushist. Okay. Battle is recommended for parties. Use quick departure. Key, create a party. Group party members. Okay, Battle of Rushist. And see how many people, how many does it say? Party size. Four. Rushist. Okay. Still haven't figured out how battle Rushist. How to determine. All right. Okay. With 3 or more party members. So it can only get quick battle rewards with 3 or more party members. Okay. Alright. If I can get Battle Rushist. Yes! Definitely a lot of words. 25 minutes here are just about it. I have been going on reading. I am like parched from that there. But I mean, it's a great story. I mean, a lot of people skip all the words and everything. You know, I'm here for the story as well.
You've done so much for those hurt in the
Oh
war.
wow!
It's actually pretty inspiring.
Oh, but you're the one who inspires me. You
Oh, I've
remain
got somebody
so
here.
positive in spite of all you've gone through.
Okay, let's see here. Yes, it is definitely a lot. A lot of words. A lot of story. So how you doing today, coloring? Skill event. I guess I can, divine blessing, departure stone, right? Blessing stones. Okay. Yeah, I was thinking making dinner while getting ready to start the stream, so. All right.
You're so amazing when it comes to both magic and melee combat. Better kick it up a notch.
All right. Looks like we
I
got
shall
4
do the
people.
same.
But then I'll never be able to catch up.
As soon as they're ready. There we go. Let's go ahead and get this party started. All right. Let's go get this, whatever it is we got to go get. Where the hell am I going? Alright, or need to put a wood in the wood. Where'd everybody go? Up here. Alright. Hey, Mr. Bad Guy. Where the hell did I go off to? Ooh. Ouch. Oh. Oh, my phone's ringing. Oh, this. Ouch. Where are you going? All right. Who that was?
Good job.
Thanks for going through the trouble.
All right.
What a pleasure.
Only died once during that. Let's see here. All right, let's see here. How is this possible? Are you monsters? How else could you have stormed through the chosen leader's divine armor with so few? No intention to turn the battlefield into massacre. Round up your troops and leave. Silence, you vile heretics. We of the divine armor walk the path of martyrdom of our own volition. Heretics and martyrdom are more the words of an inquisitor than a member of the royal guard. Have you forgotten your position? His Royal Highness has ordered us to support the Pontiff's court. Now that is funny. I respect your pride, but you're mistaken if you think it benefits you to serve a false king as one of his divine armor. How dare you spout something so ludicrous as calling him a false king? The king to whom you pledge your loyalty is but a puppet of the Pontiff's court. The Pontiff is long dead, however, and the court is just using you. Ah, a mere puppet of the Pontiff's court, you say? That's right. You know nothing. Pardon? Are you still unaware that a new king was crowned in Erin? You know, hear that? Just said Erin. What does he mean by a new king? Oh, but they would still be nothing but a pawn in the court's hands. Don't be so vulgar. I saw it myself. I saw the goddess descend and bless the new king. The goddess? What? Yes, and I won't soon forget her, witness the advent of the Blackwing Goddess, just as the prophecy foretold. Would you dare to say that she is false too? Blackwings? It is Maka. Your goddess is false. What? Is there no end to your denial? Goddess Morrigan already lost her divinity. The one you saw is Maka, a goddess who sings to bring about confusion. I don't believe my ears. You are rebels, yes, but that you would blaspheme the goddess so and spit lies. Allow me to say this again. We have no intention of turning this battlefield into a massacre. Gather your troops and retreat quickly. If you don't, then you will leave us no choice but to go on the offensive. Then go on and try. You will pay for insulting the new king and the goddess. Caesar defeated, gathered his troops, and absconds from the battlefield. Why did you send them back alive? They're warriors. They must have been prepared to die when they came here. No reason to keep them alive and leave ourselves open to future strife. Imagine if we killed and made martyrs of them all. It would only boost our enemies' morale. Our circumstances are more dire than expected. They didn't think Maka would show up personally. I don't know if it was the right thing to tell our enemies their goddess is false. Why? It's true that Maka's a false goddess in the sense that she isn't Morrigan. But is she divine? Most certainly. Is she in fact a goddess in her own right? People of Royal Castle would sense as much emanating from her without doubt. But then what? Come in and say she isn't divine? What would they believe? Our words or what they feel for themselves? The answer is obvious and makes it much easier to brand us heretics. I understand what you mean. My apologies. Well, it would have had to come light at some point, but that people would be serving Maka as their deity is a problem. The deeper the faith, the greater the god's power. Yes, fighting Maka will become more difficult than before. Just hope we can safely end this war. Okay. See if we can get this here. Stop here for a second here. I gotta take a quick break here. For this call. See here who this call was. Let's see here. Alright, okay. Alright. Take a real quick break here while I take this call.